Hi and welcome to another Seeing Double video. I'm Garden Girl Jen Gallagher, and today we're going to create a 12 by 12 layout as well as a bonus project, and we're going to be focusing on using some clear items. And there are a lot of clear items in the store. They're acetate and transparency and vellum, and I will link them to you in the products page. So I'm going to be using some Heidi Swapp clear acetate things, and they're quite thick, and these are the borders. There's additional products that she has in the store, but I'll link you to all the different things I think you might want to check out. We're going to start our layout with some Simple Stories pattern paper, as well as this particular pattern paper from My Mind's Eye, and I've machine stitched around the edge with some yellow machine stitching. We'll go ahead and center that on our layout. Then I have a tag from Chic Tags that says Places. I'm going to put that at the top of the layout. And then Heidi Swapp has a fun little album, and this is page 1 of the album, and I've hardly ever used it as an album. I buy them. I like that they're pre-cut. This one already had a die-cut star in it, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this on the top of my page. You can see it's double-sided, so you could do a lot of different things with it, but I thought it was just cute like that. So then I'm going to add some buttons, and this is a clear yellow button, and it's been tied with white twine. You could also use baker's twine, and we'll go ahead and mount these in the top corners of that pennant, and then we'll trim off the excess twine. Just building some layers here. And I do a lot of these steps beforehand just so that I can show you the meat of the layout. Then I'm going to use a lot of the Simple Stories stickers. This one says, "You fill my world with sunshine." And rather than place it on my layout flat, I am going to use some pop dots. I'm just going to put them right on the back of the sticker. And we're going to mount this across the star, give it a little bit more of a eye-catching interest. And then I am going to use some pattern paper from a Echo Park Paper Dots and Stripes collection, and it matches their Bundle of Joy, and this is a baby collection, but I liked the colors, and since they're tone on tone, I'm going to use this pink pattern paper. And I'm going to show you how you can stretch a 6x6 across the page. And to do that, I will simply mount it on top. I'm not even going to worry about cutting off this extra part on the first part of the page. But I will use a pencil to measure out where I'm going to cut the second part. And I'm just going to overlap it. And I'm not even going to worry about the fact that there is a seam between the two papers. It's hardly visible, and it's a great way to use 6x6 pattern paper on a 12 by 12 layout. So at the bottom of the layout here, I am going to add this particular border, and I've pre-cut it so that it matches. And I'm going to actually go ahead and add adhesive on the back. Now when you're using clear items, you have to plan where your adhesive is going to be. And when I put it on my layout, you're actually going to be able to see the adhesive through the print. And I don't want that. And so you have to plan how you're going to hide the adhesive. And so I'm just going to use some washi tape. And you could just use washi tape and not even do the adhesive part if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. Now to add some fun elements to the page, I have some of these Polaroid frames from Heidi Swapp. We're going to add these to our layout. And I'm going to add some black and white photos. I tried them as color, but the blue of the sky did not match the blue in the Heidi Swapp album, and I really liked that blue, so I went ahead and changed them to black and white. And sometimes that's what determines for me whether a photo should be black and white or whether it should remain color. My daughter thought they were cute as black and white as well. There are some very tiny stickers on that Simple Story sticker sheet that I'll link you to that already have journaling on them, and they're a great way to decorate these particular frames. go ahead and finish up adding the frames to the layout. And these are really simple. You just measure the size for the photos and then cut them out of either your 4x6 photos, or if you print at home, you can print them to the exact size. And then you just add adhesive and close them. So really simple to do. I'm going to go ahead and do that and come back and show you what it looks like. So you can see I've placed them here on my grid. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some additional stickers. These are again from the Simple Stories sticker sheet, and they just add a little bit of interest to the layout, which is fun. Again, a little journaling. This one says Smile Big. This will go on the bottom. And then I want to add another clear border here at the top, and I'm going to trim off one of the banners on each side so that it fits. And then you can see how it shows up, but it's really subtle. And I'm just layering on top. And another way that you can adhere clear items is to use brads. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole through the acetate and the paper. And I'll wiggle it around to get it a little bit bigger. And then I have some brads. These are from the Echo Park Paper, a Perfect Summer collection. And you want to put the brad through the acetate or the vellum or whatever clear item you're using, and then open it on the back. And do that for both sides. So the key to clear items is planning how you will attach them to your page and how you want to layer them so that they both show up, but that they also retain the subtleness of their design. For the journaling, I added some printed journaling on a sheet from the same pattern paper pad as this Echo Park paper, and then I simply punched a hole in the top, and then I created a reinforcer out of craft cardstock, and I'm going to add some gray ribbon from American Crafts to the top. I like adding different textures, so the metal of the brad or the twine or the soft texture of the ribbon, and you can tie the ribbon however you like. I have a journaling tag from the Simple Stories collection that I'm going to place slightly behind the photo and overlap the journaling tag. And then I have the title, which was cut from the Silhouette machine, that says Discovery. And I'm going to add adhesive to the back of that with a glue pen. And you could also run this through your Xyron machine if you prefer. There are also some clear titles by Heidi in the store that I will link you to in case you want to maintain the theme of the clear items. And then I'm going to add a subtitle that says Happiness Is, and again I'm going to use foam dots to adhere that. Just adds a little bit of shadow and depth on your page, and it will squish down a little bit when you put it in your album, but it won't squish as much as you think it might, so it'll actually still look really cool. Make sure it's upside right. So Happiness Is Discovery. And then I want to add a few photo corners to the top of the layout, and these are from Canson and they are self-adhesive. You could use a square punch and create your own from any pattern paper or cardstock that you have on hand. It's completely up to you. Then I have some chevron chipboard pieces, which are from the Simple Stories travel collection, and I'll link you to them in the products section. You could also create these on your own, but I like the modern shape of them. So we're just going to add, and this particular color scheme from the travel did not match my layout, but what I did is I just selected the teal, yellow, and gray from the chevrons on the sticker sheet and used them, and not worried about the others because they don't match. I have a Pebbles clothespin and one from Maya Road. You can use natural or you can use colored. You can use your spray mist to recolor clothespins if you want, or paint. So there you have a layout that uses some clear elements. Let's go ahead and create the bonus project using some of these similar elements. So I have all the elements here to create a card, and I've pre-folded a sheet of white cardstock. You could also use a standard size card base. This teal pattern paper is from the Bundle of Joy Girl Echo Park paper 6x6 paper pad. And I've used some yellow pattern paper from the My Mind's Eye paper. I've cut it in a pennant and I've machine stitched around it again with the yellow stitching. We'll just place this in the center. And I'm going to decorate it with some washi tape. Both of these are from Bella Boulevard. And we'll just place these on the card and overlap the top. So I have it in pink and in yellow. And you can match up the stripes if you want or slightly overlap them. I love the versatility of washi tape. I have a die cut from Heidi Swap and we're going to add that to the card, but let's add the clear element first. I've cut this off from this longer clear banner, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put adhesive in one place that I know will be covered by that die cut heart. And it's a glue dot, so it's strong enough to hold it in place. And we just need to make sure that when I place the die cut, it covers that adhesive. So again, just a strategy for adding a clear element. You can machine stitch it, you can paper clip it, staple it, so many different options for this particular technique. And then finally, I have a yellow button, which I have tied with twine that we're going to decorate the particular die cut with. And then at this point you could add additional items such as a paper clip, or you could leave it off. Lots of options for you to choose from. So there you have a card and a layout that both use clear elements. Again, be sure to check the website for the complete supply list, in which I will link you to all the clear items that you could try to use these techniques. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to watch next week for a new Seeing Double video.